Yu-Gi-Oh is trending? What the heck? Alright then, let's go see. Let's see what is going on in X/Twitter that makes Yu-Gi-Oh a trending topic. I've never seen something sum up the Yu community so well. I'm be real, I don't read opponent's cards. If it looks like a problem, it gets a turtle. Truth be told, dude, if you play this card at all, I can guarantee gosh darn freaking to you, dude, you are not reading anything. You're not keeping with what's even going on. You're not keeping up with the resources. You just have this card, you're gonna slap it down. Gonna slap it down.
Jaden, I hope you know what you're dealing with. I have no idea what I'm dealing with.
Okay, yeah, the GX dub is awesome. I love it, which is ironic because like people who enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh GX are some of the most serious people out there. It's like I never seen like it's kind of like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure kind of, where it's like, and also My Hero Academia, where it's such a serious fan base that enjoys something that doesn't take itself seriously. I don't know what's up with that. I really don't know. I missed out on peak Yu-Gi-Oh because I was a stupid toddler that couldn't read. Gego the Adventurer and Horde Creature. Clearly man-eater bug here. Warrior, this mysterious warrior is on a never-ending journal to find the Great Crystal. It is a level 5 1200 attack. Fiend effect, throw all your opponent's cards in a shredder. Some girl with her chest out. Negate everything and special summon Supreme Dragon Beast of Gay Homosexuality. And then you got this card here, which is clearly the new Supreme Kigzar card. Supreme Dragon Beast of Gay Homosexuality. And you know why you know that? Because it's a higher level freaking monster and it's got pendulum zones. Oh my gosh. Pendulums are not that hard to learn. They really are not. I say this as a pendulum player. But yeah, they're not that difficult. It just has a very steep learning curve. Very, very steep learning curve. It's going to take you weeks, sometimes months to get it. All Yu cards should cost $1,000. Talk to the Yu-Gi-Oh secondary market people out there who trade cards at an overpriced, selling point. Yeah, those same people would love to have cards be worth over $1,000 so they can sell, so they can go make a lot of money.
If these hobby stores, who are literally the most passionate people in the world about Yu-Gi-Oh and other TCGs, can't afford to buy and sell the cards, who is gonna sell them?
So this guy's hanging out around like 140 right now. I think I'd like to be 100 on it.
About 100?
Like 120 retail, I can do 90 bucks.
Hey, look at that, Triff, let's go, pen best deck. OMG, what the fuck? Crazy Yu-Gi-Oh sale, buy 0 bonfires, get 3 free now. Yeah, it's called Dueling Book. Dueling Book. It's also called EDO Pro. Like, okay, here's the thing. A lot of people out there don't realize if you have no intention of playing seriously competitive meta Yu-Gi-Oh, then you can play all the expensive cards on online simulators and they're free. Because Yu-Gi-Oh has been expensive in the past, but we managed to not eat and get our cards. Poof, try Warhammer or insert other apples or oranges like Call of Duty or Halo or any of those like subscription-based games going on right now. These are not good reasons for a game to continue to be expensive / anti-consumer. Once again, you can blame Konami, but really there's nothing stopping the secondary market from just going on and being like, yeah, I'm gonna sell a expensive card like Bonfire to like a quarter. No one's stopping these players from doing that. Nothing is stopping these sellers from doing it. If we're gonna go blame Konami for being greedy business people who care more about making profit more so than actually helping the community with accessibility, you also have to blame people who are Yu-Gi-Oh like nostalgia Yu-Gi-Oh trade collectors. You gotta also blame the people in your local card shops. You also gotta blame the secondary market. Too many people are given scot-free or excuse from this because you're not a big multi-million billion-dollar corporation. Like, all because you're not like $1 million / billion-dollar corporation doesn't mean that you're excused from being an immoral business manager or business person.
Before you chaz me, watch this. I reveal 2 of my face downs.
Old Yu-Gi-Oh card art goes so damn hard. Yeah, like Jinzo is my favorite card art in all of Yu-Gi-Oh history. He looks sick, he looks cool, and that's one thing going on with Yu-Gi-Oh right now. It's less about being cool and more about trying to be appealing. And I get it, I really do. Is going towards a more anime direction. I understand that, and there are a lot of, and here's the thing, anime is mainstream now. contrary to how much you want to trick yourself or convince yourself that you're still a dorky nerd who likes obscure stuff. No, like anime is mainstream now at this point actually. Now I do enjoy new Yu-Gi-Oh! My favorite deck of all time is Trickstars. But at the same time though, I would love to see more cards or more decks looking like Ancient Gears. I'm just saying. Yu-Gi-Oh! Price discourse is tiring, not because it's unimportant, but because it's the epitome of profit motive trumps player experience, and it keeps happening, and there isn't much we can do besides put up with it or leave. Yes! Let your wallet do the talking. Also, the current game of Yu-Gi-Oh!, if you haven't realized it yet, is very, 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 very diverse. You don't need to spend all your money. If you're not playing a fire deck, you don't have to go buy the new bonfire cards or fire support cards. Oh, but it reduces my chances of winning. Yeah, I get it actually, but in the same sense though, you don't need these cards in order to win. It's called learning how to be a better duelist and experimenting and planning out how the meta works, how the meta shifts, practicing and figuring out what is the best deck that can go handle as many options as possible, that is ultra consistent, that can play both on first turn and on second turn. You gotta be able to do that. All the deck profiles are out there. You can find many of them on YouTube or on YGProOrganization.com. There are many ways to make a competitive deck that is affordable and suitable to your own personal budget. So yeah, you don't need the new cards. And if you want to play those new cards, there are always simulators. I'm just saying, unless you are hard into the competitive meta scene, which places you in a very minute, small group of players out there in the grand scheme of your community, then you really don't have to spend all your money. Coming from this, too many decks, truly such a bad format at the moment. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is weird. Nobody likes long games, but if you win 15 rounds in a row scenario, you're happy to side your silver bullets that win you games 2 and 3 automatically, and nobody wants to see a rogue deck at round 9 to which you have to read 3 books to even infer what they're attempting to do. Yeah, here's the thing. Nobody is happy with any format at that specific present moment. People are now talking about how much they love the 2019 Eternal format, when if you actually played during that format, you would know nobody enjoyed that format. People really hated that format. People quit Yu-Gi-Oh! Because of that format, and now we're like, oh man, that format was, it was great, it was fun, it was enjoyable, and that's how it is right now in current day Yu-Gi-Oh! The current game format right now, nobody for the most part actually enjoys it, but then we're gonna look beyond like 4 or 5 years from now, and we're gonna be like, you know what, that format was actually really great. No Yu-Gi-Oh! Player is happy with any format at that present moment. It just doesn't happen. Me to people defending Yu-Gi-Oh! Prices. Hey man, you need those Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards to be expensive because you need to support your local card shop. There's no such thing as like a local card shop owner being, you know, a bad owner and, you know, like being greedy and manipulative in terms of like wanting to go focus in on money than actually helping out the player base. They don't exist. The only bad people in the world are millionaires and billionaires and white people who live in big houses. If you're not any of that, you have to be a good person because duh, like you kind of have to be, right? Like it's just such a weird thing where we excuse like owners and card market sellers and collectors for not playing a role in trying to inflate card prices, and we just excuse them because like we're just fixated in that, like, oh, they can't be the bad guys for reasons, right? They just can't. Now boys and girls, take your cards in hand and go out and slay. I respect you, sir. You darn right. Y'all should grab your Yu cards out there. Don't literally slay, but try to be a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh player and enjoy your locals. You don't have to be, you know, the very best of the best, but just enjoy the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, even if you haven't played the game in years. It's a steep learning curve, but trust me, oh trust me, it is indeed gosh darn fun. I don't get why these cards are not better. Like, the Charmers are so awesome. I'll always say Konami, oh, it's a labyrinth. Konami has so many ideas and so many marketable card characters, but yet they focus all the time on Dark Magician Girl and like Dark Magician Blue Eyes. Like, you mean tell me that like if they decide to make a chibi anime show based around these four, that there wouldn't be people who are outside the Yu-Gi-Oh sphere would not try to watch it? Like, come on, they have so many good ideas, but they never expand upon it. They're always trapped in terms of like, oh, it has to be a card game for some reason. And speaking of which, right now, so Flame Swordsman got support now. Remember Joey's old, like, really cool looking card that sucked in real life Yu-Gi-Oh? But yeah, it's got its own support now. You can now make a proper Flame Swordsman deck. You got Mirage Swordsman, which is one of our cooler cards in the previous years in the past. I want Yu-Gi-Oh players to think about this when they talk about it's not so bad. In other TCGs, they complain when a staple is $20 because that is a lot compared to what they normally are. Our top level staples are affordable. Okay, here's the irony though. For the past year of 2023, people were constantly complaining over and over and over and over again for Konami releasing these sets, these Yu-Gi-Oh sets that are super cheap, not that high value, and the cards weren't all that great. People complain all the time about, oh man, it's so bad that the game keeps getting harder and harder and difficult. And I don't get it actually. People complain about power creep being bad, and then Konami ends up making sets that doesn't raise the power creep, and then we complain about it, that it's not strong enough or they're not releasing good cards, and then card prices are getting lower and lower and lower, and then Yu-Gi-Oh players are complaining about how bad this is because card sellers and people in the secondary market are not able to go make money, and now they have a chance to actually make money, and instead of being supportive of that like we were previously, now we're against it. Jesus, just make up your gosh darn mind. Do you support people in the secondary market, or do you support the game's accessibility? Because you can't have both. You just can't. You can't make both sides happy at the exact same time. It's either the game is unfair and the accessibility is not there at all and the secondary market people win, or the game becomes ultra accessible and the majority of player base becomes happy, but then your local card shop and the people who are selling in the secondary market, they end up being unhappy and they end up losing money. So what do you want here? I choose the first option, but guess what? We look bad for saying that, don't we? King of Games, he's mocking me. I'll say this, like Kaiba and Yugi, proper ship. I'm just saying. Master Duel added a weird dog today. That is a dinosaur, but also, yeah, that is indeed pretty weird. Yu-Gi-Oh! Twitter is weird.